This week on commandN, a new way to get community funding and things older and younger than John McCain. Welcome to episode 133 of commandN. I'm Amber.
I'm Will Pate.
And Will, we finally have nice weather to shoot
Yay!
together. We're very excited because it seemed as though every time we were shooting together, it was raining or it was cold, we couldn't go outside.
I know, and everyone's like, hey, stay out in the cold all the time. And I'm like, no, let's have some summer instead.
So it's worked out okay.
Yes.
Now we should mention that the commandN contest is wrapping up soon. We just gave away one ticket to a winner. His name is Mike from Vancouver, and he did a great job on a video. You had a look at it?
That's hilarious.
All right, let's share it with everyone so they can take a look as well.
Dr. Feynman J. Physics here. Drawing on plans I discovered behind a local Vancouver tiki bar establishment, I've nearly completed my new Web 2.0 application robot, which I call FriendBot. I need only one more component, a human brain filled with Web 2.0 knowledge that I can use to power the FriendBot. But where will I find such a brain? What's that, Roombot? commandN? Mesh? Show me on the view screen.
Look at all those brains brimming with web knowledge. Why, I could use them to power FriendBot and improve my own evil freelance web business.
Roombot, prepare to email commandN.
So that video from Mike, it reminded me of the mad scientist in Sesame Street.
Beaker?
Yes.
Nice.
Good times. In a good way, Mike. We love you and thank you for the video.
Yes.
Nice job.
See you at Mesh.
Oh, we will. Now let's talk about the tech headlines of the week. Our headlines this week are sponsored by GoDaddy. If you go to GoDaddy, you can enter the promo code commandN. That's the number 1 and the number 0 for 10% off. And remember, if you sign up for any of their services, you get up to 70% off compared to other hosting services that are available online. Our first headline this week is about Twitter. I don't know if you noticed, but when the earthquake hit China, and that was a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, it was all over Twitter. In fact, Twitter turned out to be one of the places where people got the news about what was going on in China.
Yeah, Twitter's a great place to get news, actually. It's one of the places I check whenever something's going on. There's a Twitter search tool that we mentioned before in commandN that I use to check and see what's new.
Yeah, it's really good for that. And I think what's different about it is that you don't necessarily have to go out and search for all that information. It's kind of brought to you in this instant feed, so it makes it very handy and very helpful as well.
Thanks, TwitterNet.
Thank you. Now, Ravelry, I don't know much about this.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting story and one that's near and dear to me doing online community work. Ravelry is a community of people who do things like knitting and stuff like that, and they actually raised funding from their own community. In 3 weeks, they raised $71,000 to grow their business.
I say commandN fans have to cough up the cash.
Yeah, we take it in iTunes gift certificates.
We're just joking. You guys have been great. We just like comments, that's all. We like to promote the community on the blog, so keep that coming. And that's really good enough for us, I think.
Yeah, that keeps us happy.
That keeps us very happy. Now, in other news, Google has announced Friend Connect, which is probably the most confusing tool I've ever had to explain. But, you know, we're going to try anyway.
Go for it.
Okay, this is my attempt at explaining it. If you have a better way of explaining it, you need to go to commandN.tv and leave us a comment in the blog, in the comment section. So this is how I'm going to explain it. So the idea of Friend Connect is right now Google is working with certain companies, I think there's like 7 or 8, where you have the option to go to these websites and you can log into your Facebook account, your Orchid account, or a bunch of other social networking accounts, and you can actually access your information and your contacts in those accounts and communicate with those people from these other websites. So let's say, for example, you might be on something like MySpace, maybe down the road. The idea is that you can go there, you can log into the Friend Connect site, and you can actually talk to people who are on your Facebook account. So that it doesn't mean that you have to be living exclusively on one site. So the idea is to really open up the entire social networking space.
This is one of those things I think I'm going to have to see it to understand it.
I know. I think you're right. And, you know, my definition wasn't great, but if you Google Google Friend Connect. See, Google, you know, they own us. That's what I'm thinking. They own us. If you Google that, you should be able to find more information. And as I said, you know, it's only starting on a few sites, and eventually it's going to roll out to other sites as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that works throughout the next few months. And it is making some big news nonetheless.
Yeah, when we figure it out, maybe we'll set it up on commandN.
I like that
when we first
idea.
figure out what it is.
That is the issue. We have to first figure out what it is.
Photobucket recently launched group albums, which allows friends to upload multiple photos together into a group album. And this is one of those things where when I finally saw it, I was like, hey, how come we don't have this already everywhere?
That's what I was wondering when I saw your link. I thought, oh, it's surprising that they don't have that already.
Yeah, and think about it. You can't do it on Facebook. You can't do it. You can do it on Flickr, but you do it through groups. But you can't actually create like a friend's photo album. So I'm hoping this is one of those things that comes to all the photo sharing websites.
That would be a good thing for sure. Now, in other news, this is hi!
Hey.
We have people watching us.
Yeah,
It happens. Yeah, they're excited. In other news, I wanted to mention this blog I came across that's also been getting a lot of press and mainstream press as well as sort of more independent press. It's called Things Younger Than John McCain. You know who John McCain is, I'm sure. He is a Republican candidate for presidency, and the idea is that John McCain's a little bit older. He's in his early 70s, I guess, or hovering around 70, and he's been getting a lot of slack for that. So someone has started up a blog where they put a list of things that are younger than John McCain, and they mention things like chocolate chip cookies, LSD. Now this is the weirdest one, Cobb salad.
Really?
Cobb salad, who knew?
No, which is older, chocolate chip cookies or Cobb salad?
I don't know. See, I didn't read that far. It's quite an interesting blog to go to. You know, obviously the people who have started the blog are big Obama fans, so it's pro-Obama.
They could be Hillary fans.
No, it actually says Obama on the site. Yeah,
Fair
so
enough.
I know. But it's kind of fun for anyone out there who wants to figure out some of these things in our society that really aren't that old and we take them for granted.
Nice. I'm glad that chocolate chip cookies exist today.
Will, that's why I'm glad to have you back for things like that. Now, some author piracy.
Yes, an author named Paulo Coelho has done an interview on Torrent Freak where he talked about how he actually seeded his own books on sites like BitTorrent, on FTP sites, and on RapidShare, and he sold 100 million books last year. And he actually credits online sharing of his books as a huge driver of sales for him.
Ooh, that's very cool. Torrent Freak is an amazing site, I have to say. Yeah, people should definitely check that out as well. But it's kind of interesting because I'm sure that's going to happen more and more with people, is that they're going to start to realize how to use some of these tools to promote whatever it is they're trying to sell, and they'll probably be successful in that because they're reaching these new audiences, and at least it gives BitTorrent technology a better name, not a bad name.
That's right, and keep an eye out for my Will Pate's chocolate chip cookie cookbook coming fall 2008.
I like your style.
Hi, I'm Jeff MacArthur, here with this week's Hot Stuff segment. I know we've mentioned it before, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about YouSendIt, because YouSendIt has gained some great new functions as time has gone by. So YouSendIt, for those of you who don't know, is a web-based service that allows you to send large files via email. And it does this by you entering in the destination email address, attaching a file, and the recipient will actually get a link to the file that is stored on the YouSendIt server. And then by clicking that link, they can download the file that you've sent. So it's a really handy service, especially for those of you who don't have FTP sites easily available, or you just want a quick one-shot big send of a file. We use it all the time for sending my segments to Toronto, for example. Now, YouSendIt will remember your addresses and do a lot of great, neat little things. It'll send and receive files and folders up to 2 gigabytes if you've got a paid account, and the Pro account starts at $9.99 a month or $109.99 yearly. You also have file tracking. As I said, you can send multiple files at once. There's business services that cost a little more that give you branded solutions so that your emails and the page that you're taken to as the recipient is branded as per your business. So that's an interesting way to go at it. And a great new addition is that they now have the YouSendIt Express app for Windows and Macintosh. And this allows you to have 25% faster uploads, they say. It allows you to have resumable uploads, which is fantastic. If you've ever gotten halfway through a 2 gigabyte file to send and something crashes or dies or your internet connection drops, you know the misery that ensues from having to do it all over again. So I've tested this myself, and YouSendIt will indeed resume your uploads using the YouSendIt Express app. There's also plugins for Outlook, Photoshop, Aperture, and some other things. So all in all, a really great service. Fantastically handy if you have big files to send around, and you can find out more about it at yousendit.com. I'm Jeff MacArthur. Enjoy.
So now it's time for our celestial web picks of the week. What do you have this week, Amber?
Well, I'm more excited about yours because of that comment, but I will mention mine first. This is a site that someone sent me on Twitter. Now, it's a place where you can buy prints that use command symbols. Now, this is obviously very appropriate for commandN. Unfortunately, it's not a site that we run, but it's a site that another guy runs. He's an artist, and you can buy 3 prints for $12. Now, within each of these prints, what he's done is he's using the command symbol that's on the Apple keyboard, and he's creating neat little sayings out of it. Let me give you an example. So you know the shortcuts, so you want to open a document or close a document. So he's using the shortcuts in this image that he's created to say, close your eyes and open your mind. But the idea is he's using all this different iconography to express these things, but the command symbol is at the root of all of his art.
Beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I love it.
We have an affinity with this gentleman.
We really do. I'm definitely going to buy his prints and put them up in our little studio, and 3 for $12, you can't go wrong.
Nice.
And what about you, Space Monger? That's all I got.
My web pick this week is Microsoft Research just launched the Worldwide Telescope, which is kind of like Google Earth, but different. It's more about, oh, hey, there's a car.
Oh,
Traffic.
that's kind of cool. Hey, just go ahead, keep going.
Go on.
This is going to be the
Don't let
best
us
web pick
stop you.
ever.
Enjoy. So Microsoft Research launched the, oh, and we've got more traffic. Hey,
This
what's
is
up?
great.
Anybody else?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, we're good. All right. So the world. Microsoft Research launched the Worldwide Telescope, which actually gives you a really cool view of, you can do flybys of what's it like to land the shuttle on Earth or looking out into space, and you can actually see some things that are older than John McCain,
Really? That's exciting.
like stars and galaxies and
yeah,
stuff.
there has to be a lot more of those things.
Yeah.
That's the good news for John McCain. See, we're open-minded
He
here.
just needs to take a galactic view on things and spin it that way.
You should start the blog Things That Are Older Than John McCain.
I'm going to do things younger than Obama,
Oh, that's good. I like your style.
like my chocolate chip cookie book.
I actually think this is coming, so I'm just going to warn you all. I have a feeling, let's say it's a hunch that it's coming down the road.
You can pre-order it on Amazon now.
All right. Now, remember, if you have any comments, please leave them at commandN.tv because we love comments.
That's right. We like parties in our comments.
We do. We like
Fiestas, not siestas, just
not
fiestas.
siestas. There are siestas in the comments.
You can
some
siesta in
weeks.
someone else's comments,
Yeah,
not mine.
don't siesta in our comments. That wouldn't be good. And wanted to mention the commandN Mesh contest. We have still one more ticket to give away. That's to Mesh University. Probably by the time you see this, it will be given away, but we will feature that winner on our episode of commandN the following week. And many thanks to the Mesh guys for helping us out with this contest. And it's been a lot of fun, and we got some great videos. We'll feature those on commandN.tv as well.
Yeah, we should do more contests.
We should. More contests. I'm in. Especially it's nice out now. We can talk. We can gab longer outside. We're not freezing.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching and have a great week.